What's going on, guys? Thrills on the block back again. I've got this 2015 Yukon XL and it's time for a high beam upgrade. Today's video is brought to you by Auxito LED lighting. Put a link at the top of the screen to their website. They sent me these lights for this Yukon that you see here. This is a 2015 Yukon XL in diamond white tri-coat, aka pearl. We're going to be upgrading the high beam lights. So I currently have an LED low beam that I've been using for the past year. I never upgraded the high beam lights. Auxito contacted me and said, hey, would you like to check these out? And I said, absolutely. So they sent me these. This is the 9005 HB3. So we'll go ahead and open up this box, see what they look like, and then we're going to do an install on this vehicle. And I'll show you a before and after comparison of what they look like. Alright, in the box it looks like we have a couple zip ties and a few O-rings here. I'm assuming these are for the bulb sockets, and there's also a little, what looks to be an Allen or hex wrench in there. The product manual goes through the installation of different types of bulbs. We'll pull one of these out and we'll have a closer inspection. Very nicely done. There's the light socket. And the polarity on these is marked, which is nice. See that plus and minus there? That's great. So the chipset for the LED looks like it's pretty compact. And there's a built-in heatsink. You can see the fins there, as well as a cooling fan on the back. And it's pretty low profile. Let me grab a 9005 lamp just to do a quick comparison on size. Alright, so when we do a side-by-side comparison of the two, you can see actually a little bit shorter. Now if you align the mounting tabs, you can see the LED chip is in the same location that the filament on the 9005 lamp is. It's very important for you to get a nice even beam spread that matches your OEM or your factory lights. So that's cool. They did a great job of matching that up. So there's your comparison. Of course, you got the heatsink there, a little bit wider at the base. But everything else looks pretty much the same, except for halogen and LED. Let's go ahead and get started with the installation. Gonna open the door, reach underneath your steering wheel for the driver. You'll see a hood release. You'll pull that. You'll hear the hood pop. Walk around here to the front of the vehicle. Go directly up from the M. Slide your hand in there. There's a little release lever you're going to slide to the right. You'll be able to lift the hood up. Alright, so I've seen a couple of videos where people remove this panel to replace the high or low beam light. I'm not really sure why they're doing that. It's really not required. So I'll grab a light and show you exactly where we're going to, so you'll know exactly what you need to do. So looking in the driver's side headlight area, you'll see one mound at the top that has what looks like a circular globe, or what I refer to as a sun. Kind of looks like a sun with some sun rays there. And then you'll see the lower one down there. The lower one is where your lower lamp is at, and that's the high beam. So you're going to be removing that on the driver's side. This one's pretty easy to get to. And then over on the passenger side, right there, and that's the low beam. The high beam is directly underneath that. And in order to get to that one, we're going to have to remove the air box. And there's one plastic cover in the way that we'll need to move out of the way. So we'll start over on the easy side, which is the driver's side, and then we'll come over here and tackle this one. Alright, I do want to mention one thing on these lights before you go to install them. Make sure that you take that small Allen wrench, throw it on your engine bay, show who the boss is. Then after you've done that, take that Allen wrench, and there's a small hex key or hex nut right there, and make sure that that is tight. But if that falls in your headlight and this ring is separate from the rest of the lamp, that can make for a long night or a long day. So anyway, just go ahead and take that little Allen key, double check, make sure that's nice and tight, and you'll be good to go. We're gonna go ahead. And turn the lamp counterclockwise, like so. You can remove it from its socket. My recommendation is remove it before you unplug it. You pull these two tabs here up, and then you can wiggle the lamp out. We will assume that the black wire here is the ground, so we will align the negative side of the light connector up to the ground. We'll place this lamp right here, do a quick test to make sure that we're good before we install it back into the light socket. Alright, now that we know she's working, we're going to insert it back into its home. Aligning your tabs. And then twisting it until it finds this lock position. Now because this light has a bunch of extras, I'm just going to tuck those down in there around the light socket, down inside the body of the light housing. Get everything tucked in there nice and neat. Go ahead and grab your cap and reinstall it in its location. Alright, so for the removal of this, you really just need a flat blade screwdriver to get this clamp loose, and then you can unplug this right here, and you should be able to remove this by popping it up out of there. Standard flat blade screwdriver. I believe that's your mass airflow sensor. Go ahead and unplug that, get that loose like so. And you want to loosen up the screws. There should be 4 around the perimeter of your airbox. I'll take you in there and show you those. One back there, one right there, one right there, and one down in there. So you get those 4 loose, pop your airbox cover lid off, and then you can remove the lower section. It's kind of difficult to try to get it out all in one unit, so my recommendation is you separate the 2. Also a good time to check and replace your air filter. This cable right here may have an extra clip on it. If it does, just pop it off of the airbox. Some of these do and some of them don't. Alright, let's get that up out of there. This air filter recently been replaced, so it's not too bad off. Not too bad. We'll pull the lower half out. Lower section of the airbox comes out. This was a little bit of maneuvering, like so. Once you got your airbox out of the way, you see GM was nice enough to put a provision in here for you to change your high beam light. I mean your low beam light right here. So your low beam light, you can reach right through there, but the high beam light is hidden. So you'll want to remove these little plastic tabs here so you can get down into right in this area here. Or you could take a razor knife and slot this just like these have been cut, and then you can get to the lower. Either way, just don't cut yourself. I didn't recommend that. Now if you have one of these, this is the cat's meow right here. Go. Like so. We're just going to lose part of it. Yeah. And as you can see, that tool makes it a whole lot easier. It's not required, but it does make it easier. Just hold this down out of the way, like so. And now you see the high beam cap is right here. So that twist, off it comes, your high beam light down there. Twisting it counterclockwise will get the lamp out. Again, you will lift up right across this area, and that will allow you to get your lamp out, like so. We did confirm that the dark colored wire is the ground. In this case, it's the black or the dark gray. Plug that back in. The light wire is at the top, the dark wire is at the bottom. Plus is at the top, minus is at the bottom. That's your polarity. That's how you want it to be. We'll go ahead and do a quick test just to make sure I got it right. Affirmative. We are good. Now we'll work it back down here in its home and tuck our wires accordingly. Good deal. We'll go ahead and reinstall our lens cap. There the light. Over the light housing. Let's reinstall that counterclockwise like so. And you reinstall your plastic clips up through here. I did have one fly off, but that's okay. We were able to recover it like so. Go ahead and reinstall the lower portion of your air box. Reinstall your air filter. Go ahead and put a new one in if you choose to do so. Reinstalling your airbox cover. Take it nose down like this. Work it underneath this little crossbar over here. And just work back against your hoses and the intake hose. Be the easiest way to get that one in there. Reinstall the hose from the air intake box to the throttle body. It's this flex hose right here. Go ahead and reinsert all your. Go ahead and tighten up all your screws. Alright, after you've got all of those screws in, go ahead and reinstall the plug connector for your mass airflow sensor. Push that down. And then push that red clip down to hold that in its locked position. And if you do have a clip on this wire, there's a little hole right back here. A little hole right back there on the air box. You go ahead and plug that back in. Just clip it back down in there like so. That completes the light installation for the high beams on this 2015 Yukon. Go ahead and close your hood. Go ahead and take a look and see what we got here. Yeah, they're bright. I think that's a 6500K if I'm not mistaken. And they do look good. Alright, we'll take it outside and do a light comparison before and after so you guys can see the real deal. You can see there's a stark difference between the halogens and the LED headlights. The light output is much greater, and you can definitely see much better with these than you could with the stock lights. Special thanks to Auxito for sending me these LED lights. Auxito is the global supplier for automotive LED lighting. Be sure to check out their website. I'll leave a promo code in the description below where you can get a discount on their lighting. Not just the lights for the Yukon XL, but any lights for any of your vehicles. My name's Erwin. This is Three Wheels on a Block, where we're giving back the time that's taken away. We'll see you soon.